Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with one of my favorite couples. What started out as some social media posts to pass the time during the 2020 pandemic has turned into a career that has shone a spotlight on what Black love looks like. Whether they are showing off the latest dance trends, pranking each other, inspiring us with their incredible weight loss journeys, or sharing the importance of putting God in the middle of everything, they have dominated TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube with hundreds of thousands of followers and views. So I am so excited to welcome The Thorpes!
That was a great intro.
I'll be honest, that's the best intro I've heard.
No, 100%. When you were saying it, I was like, oh wow, who's this?
Who's that?
Who is that?
Is that them? Is that them?
Well, welcome.
Oh, thank you for
Thank you,
having
man.
us.
Agent to the mainstream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am such a big fan of yours.
Thanks.
Like I said, your love story just inspires me, my marriage, and so many of my friends, so many of my church community as well. Like what you represent is so beautiful. So we're gonna make this a little bit of a love special.
Okay.
We don't usually
I'm
do
here
that
for the
around
love
here.
special.
Down for the love.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
So we need to start. I'm sure you've told this story a million times, but for me,
Okay.
for us, the mainstream.
Okay.
How did you two meet?
It is a long story, and we've got different stories, but
Okay.
we met through my cousin.
At his
You could
mum's
say-
church.
Yeah, at my mum's church. We were
churches
very young.
there?
Church. I was not going to church to see
Wasn't going
God.
to church for that.
Oh,
I mean, you was going to church because your mum made you go to church.
Yeah. it's
I
vibes.
didn't have to go to church then, but I went with his cousin and saw him. But I was like, who is this person? He is awful. He is, he was sweating. It was summer. He had a puffer jacket on and an afro, and he was just sweating. And I was like, wow, who is that? And then what happened? I guess I didn't come back for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then I came back.
So before that, I was at my cousin's house. My cousin was upstairs. I was downstairs. My cousin's phone rang, and
Yeah.
it was Tara. I've never seen or heard.
Okay.
Picked up the phone. I was like, "Yo, who's that?" She's like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "Oh my days, her voice is sexy."
Oh, from the voice
The
alone.
voice. I'm
I
like,
knew from
"Yo."
Hello. I had him at Hello.
I'm like, "Yo." So she's gone. Tell Michaela to phone me back. I'm like, "All right, cool." I ran upstairs. Said, "Yo, who's that?"
Nah.
These time my cousin's got all of her brethren in the back of her bus passes. So I'm like, "Is it this one? It sounds like this. It could be that one. Which one is it?" She's like, "No, you're not ready for it. You're not ready."
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking, right, she didn't give me the through ball. Like, then after she brought her to church, but she didn't. My cousin didn't tell me, so I didn't prepare. That's why I had an afro. I was hot. It was hot. I had a puffer jacket like it was winter. It was mad.
A white puffer jacket, may I add.
Oh, not the white one.
The white puffer jacket.
Was it clean?
Must say it wasn't clean. I was.
It was white, turned cream.
It's
It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, I had to ask.
No, for real. But then, yeah, so we met at his mum's church, his cousin's church, and then I came back a couple of months later, and I couldn't explain what it was.
you
Okay,
can
calm
explain.
down,
Go on,
calm
go
down,
on.
calm down.
What's this? What's
But basically, I walked into the church building, and obviously the church had like these big church stained glasses. I think that's what you call them, stained glasses, whatever.
that's right, yeah.
And as the sun shone through, no word of a lie, it's like it shot right. The light was just on him. God was like, "There you go." Well, no, I don't think God was like, "There you go," because I don't think you'd be entertaining a 14-year-old in a relationship with a 15-year-old at any point.
Oh, Lord.
And then I saw him, and then I didn't know how to react because he looked really good. So I just slapped him in the back of the neck and sat down. Yeah, because I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to communicate.
So, remember,
Helga, hey Arnold.
I was about to say,
That's what it is.
why as us girls could we not just express
Communicate.
ourselves?
No. I walked in and I went, boom. You heard the clap. So everybody turned around. And I was like, and then it kind of just happened from there.
Yeah.
So that clap meant everything.
That clap meant everything. That clap was like, okay, you have the free ball now. You have the free ball. But yeah, that's how we met.
How many years ago?
22.
So you were 22, 23.
22.
Jeez.
22, yeah. Crazy.
Look at God.
I know.
That is such a beautiful, I mean, minus the slap.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful story of just
Thank you.
it just shows how important having like good friends, a good community,
Yeah.
like a place where all young people can kind of come together
yeah.
in a blessed way.
Yeah,
So that's amazing.
100%.
So, of course,
Mm-hmm.
the journey has been beautiful in terms of your love story, but now for the content side of things. So you did, the usual, get married, get together, living your best lives.
Yeah.
But Tara, you started all of this.
Yeah.
You was on YouTube.
Yes.
What was you posting at the time?
Makeup videos. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I was getting my hair braided the other day and I was speaking to her and I was like, yeah, she was like, so how did you start? And I showed her one of my first videos and oh my gosh, the struggle was real. I didn't even know how to do makeup like that.
Who
Like I
told
had
you
no
to go on
clue
YouTube?
because I wanted YouTube. I said, I want to do this because that's all I would watch.
Really?
And I was like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I don't know how to do makeup, but I can do it. And then I taught myself in little ways and stuff like that. And yeah, it just started. Actually, do you know how it actually started? I actually was a teaching assistant at a school.
Oh.
And one of my students, he started YouTube. His name was Dominic. He started YouTube and he was like, Mrs. Thorpe, you should start YouTube. I think you'd be good. He set up my YouTube channel for me and everything.
Big up Dominic,
Yeah, big up Dominic.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
Dominic. And he
Where
was like,
is he now?
I have no idea. Large up yourself, Dominic. If you're watching this, large up yourself. But he gave me my whole name. It was X Tara L Thorpe X. Man. Yeah, he created my banner for me.
What?
Yeah.
I need him. Listen,
he
Dominic, if you want to do some work experience.
Exactly. And he was in year 8 at the time.
No way.
Yeah, and that's how it started. And I was like, I've hated every single job I've been in. I've never enjoyed any of the jobs I've been in. So I was like, this is my escape plan. So I'm gonna be like Patricia Bright. I'm just gonna do makeup.
I hear that.
That's what I was gonna do. And that's how it started, yeah.
That's
What
amazing.
year was that? We got married in 2023, so that must have been like 2020.
No, not 2023.
2013.
2013.
So that must have been like 2014, 2015.
Oh, wow. So you've literally been on YouTube over 10 years.
Yeah, but not consistently.
Fair.
Not
fair.
consistently,
Well,
yeah.
this is where Adrian enters the chat. Because on the 27th of August, 2016,
Yes.
you made that infamous upload featuring Adrian where you were doing the Whisper Challenge.
Oh,
Wow.
you've done your research.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, you're good still.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we the mainstream, baby.
Already, this
Mainstream?
is the best podcast we've been on.
Mainstream.
You've done historical
Research.
facts.
I had to do what I had to
She
do.
had the date.
Wow.
Got to do the upload date.
Mel.
I respect that. I
Hey,
respect
round
that.
of
Thank you.
bloody applause.
Thank you. I'm here. I'm here all year round, guys. All year round. I'm here.
Yeah.
But yes, you did the Whisper Challenge.
Yes.
And Adrian, I can't lie, you didn't look like you was on it.
I wasn't on it. What the heck? Look,
hated
listen. She has been trying to get me on socials.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, what, bro? Like, I would get annoyed when she's watching people on YouTube. I would really I'd get frustrated, like so frustrated. Like, how can you watch someone live their life? I'm like, that's weird.
Not Meet The Thorpes saying,
That's weird. I was like, this is weird.
wow.
Yeah.
So why did you do it?
So
I wouldn't stop nagging.
Fair.
Was you trying to find a better answer?
No, I'm just trying to think. 2016, because I can't even remember it.
Yeah,
but
that's a long time ago.
probably because you was nagging. Most
No, I
probably.
100% was nagging. Yeah, there was no other option. You're gonna do this.
Whisper
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I don't know. I can't remember it, but
He wouldn't even watch it. After I edit, he wouldn't watch
No,
it. He
never.
wouldn't do any of that.
that's cringy.
Not at all.
I hear you. But it kickstarted so much because I think everyone started kind of like seeing that you lot are so fun, you're hilarious from all the way back then. But my question is, Tara, was you like specifically trying to do a Meet the Thorpes kind of thing, or was it just like let's just have some fun?
It wasn't a Meet the Thorpes thing. It was a let's do YouTube. It wasn't like let's give people an insight into our life. That wasn't what that was. That was, I need to make money. I need to get out of this school. I don't want to be a teaching assistant anymore. Let's try.
Her why has always been, I can't work for no one.
I can't work for anyone. Like, it's impossible.
always-
It will never work. It just won't. Even on our own podcast, we had our friend Kenny come on, and he was like, yeah, one thing about Tara, I literally grown up with him, and he was like, you'll call Tara and you'll be like, hey, Taz, where are you? At home. Are you not meant to be at work? Yeah. Did you call them? No.
Oh.
So what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, I just left. But they don't know. They don't know. I cannot work for anyone else.
I hear you.
I can't. I can't take. Adrian says there's a problem with authority. Maybe there's trauma there. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, I can't work for anyone else. So my thing was, let me just try it and see if this will work.
Yeah.
But because he was so against it, And I had seen like the Patricia Brights and the, what was her name? Shirley B. Eniang. Those kind of black women on YouTube. I was like, maybe I can try.
Yeah.
Maybe I can, whatever. And yeah, he was just so against it.
Do you know what? When did you start? I know why I did that video now. When we went to get an upgrade and we saw Michael Dapper, and he was like, we took a picture a few weeks before, and it was, thanks. We took a picture and it was like we both had 2 cars, but we did the picture where I'm driving this way and she's driving that way, and we was kissing out the window.
Oh.
Dapper was like, hey, you don't need to start something.
Are you serious?
You don't need to start something. And I was like, okay.
So,
Like,
okay,
what?
my husband's gonna, because I get cussed for this all the time. It took someone else to say.
Yeah, but I still didn't understand. Because I would go to some of Dapper's shows, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Now, he's telling me we should start something. He's like, I'm going to do this thing called Man's Not Hot, somewhere in London.
Oh, it was around those times.
Yeah, no, he quit the next month.
Wow.
A year later. And that was it.
Okay.
So I saw that and I was like, oh. All right, let's try it. I don't know, but I'm like, whisper channel. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, so I just remember. So that's probably why I did the whisper challenge.
I love that. He decided to listen to somebody else and not his wife. But it's okay. We got there in the end.
That's awesome.
Got there in the end.
I can't lie, though. I do that all the time. Like, my husband literally cusses me because I'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about this, but I don't know. He'd be like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, Yaz said. He'd be like, so Yasmin said. I'm like, my bad.
No, 100%. He got there in the end, so, I'm grateful.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you know what? Sometimes, though, you need to see it.
Yeah.
Listen, when we get into the story, you will hear that as well from me.
I hear you.
I need tangible
evidence.
100%.
Well, okay, so you're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You're like, let's give it a try. But like you said, wasn't that consistent.
Yeah.
Until 2020. Lockdown. What else is there to do? You lot decided to start a TikTok account.
Yeah.
So, obviously now, y'all are about to hit a milli. And if not by now, you've already hit a milli. Woo!
Not yet.
But
Soon, yes.
Literally, it's been amazing. The journey has been so good to see the growth. But like, what was the real deciding factor during the pandemic that made you upload on TikTok and start consistently posting?
I'll answer this one. So, Adrian used to be a gas engineer, and this guy was constantly coming home with bruises, falling off ladders, doing stuff in people's basements. Like, it was just horrific. And I was an estate agent, so I had no time. So I was working 6 days a week. And what's crazy is when I went back into estate agency, a lot of the people that start in the company that I was in, they start as soon as they leave university. So when I came in at 30, he was like, yeah, shouldn't you just be at home, like, looking after your husband, doing stuff like that? And I said, oh, this is what it feels like when you're older and you're getting hired for something else, right? So anyway, I started this job and I realized straight away that I hated it. I was like, Adrian, I don't know why I've gone back into estate agency. I hate it.
After she begged me, she's like, babe, I'm going to do this job.
Oh.
Please.
Double incomes, no kid dinkies with the double incomes, no kids yet.
Yeah.
I was like, we can do holidays, we can do whatever. And I went back into estate agency and I was like, my manager was 6 years younger than me, but he spoke to me like I was his kid. And I was like, no, I'm getting violated. And then he'd be like, I'm not sure why you've taken a whole hour break. You should be eating at your desk. Eating at my desk. I said, I'm a big woman. I'm not eating at no desk.
Right.
And I just realized very quickly this wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing about people, this thing that's going on in the pandemic. And I said, oh, maybe this is my escape plan. This is my escape plan. So I remember the day, as it was brewing up, I think the day that we went on official lockdown was the 20th of March. I believe that was the day.
Yeah.
And as it's leading up to the days, me and Adrian are getting up at 4:00 in the morning, standing outside Asda to go and buy the stuff and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go back to work. I'd have to go straight to work. So I got to work and I was like, do you know what? I think this is my out. Okay. This is my out. I don't know what a worldwide lockdown looks like. But in my head, I'm like, I can use this to my favor. I can use this. Adrian's like, the world is not going on a lockdown, Tara. I said, Adrian, I'm telling you it's going on a lockdown. I'm a conspiracy theorist, okay? I believe in these things. I really do. I go on a deep dive and then Adrian has to dig me back out again. But so basically what happened was on the day of the day that we went on official lockdown, I'm sitting at work and we're sitting around the desk, but there's nothing to do. And I said, guys, we're going home today. We're going home. My manager's like, we are not going home today. That's not what we're doing. We're not going home. I said, we are. We are. I'm telling you, we're going home.
Yep.
And as I sat there, I'm seeing emails coming through, like, from our sales, the regional manager and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said, right now, I set up a TikTok. I didn't even know how to use that thing. I did not know how to use TikTok. And I called our name Taz and Age. So my nickname's Taz because people refer to me as the Tasmanian devil from child. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But that's what they call me. They call me Taz. And people call him Lunchbox or they call him Age. So I was like, Taz and Age, it's small, whatever. I set that up on Instagram. I set it up on TikTok. And I said, I remember as my manager was like, guys, right, it's official. We've all got to go home. It's probably going to be a week. We'll see you in a week. Yeah. I picked up my stuff and I said to every single one of them, you guys will never see me again.
Mad
You
thing.
will never see me again. I picked up my bags. I jumped in my car and I was like, I don't even know if I'm getting furlough, but I'm going to make this work. And I drove home and I said, Adrian, right, get up. We got to film something. We got to find something to film.
What?
And that was it.
Now,
Your response?
I'm a gas engineer, so now I can't go into no one's house.
Oh, you literally can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have an excuse then. But before it was, I'm tired. I can't be bothered with it. What am I doing now? Can't do nothing.
Oh.
So I had no. I couldn't say nothing.
But his thing was, I had to give him evidence of how this thing can work. So I have always been a YouTuber. I prefer YouTube over TV.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%. I don't need to watch television, but you give me YouTube, I've got all the channels I want to watch.
Yeah.
So I was showing him people like Rissa and Kwan on YouTube, the Loyal family. You know, it's very like those kind of big
Queen
families.
Niger.
Queen Niger and Chris.
Yeah.
Before it was Queen Niger. What's my man?
Clarence.
Yeah, before him. So I was like, Adrian, nah, look, they were living in like not good situations.
And I remember her watching them in their little yards.
Yeah,
like, no
yeah.
lighting. They didn't have no money, and I'm thinking, what?
And then they're like, hey guys, we just bought our dream. No, we just bought some land and built our dream home.
Built our
Not the
forever
land.
home. I'm saying,
Yeah.
wait, huh? And I'm saying, but how though? What job do they have? No, this is their job. Me watching them pays them.
I said,
saying, what?
Adrian said, he said, okay, so where do I stand? What do you want me to do?
No, I said, who's doing that in the UK?
And there was only one other couple that I knew of. And I always used to watch Diana.
Okay.
Diana was one of the channels that I was subscribed to, watched her religiously from early, before the pandemic. She's
What,
been
like,
a
years?
YouTube goat. That was the UK. You had Patricia Brighton and Shirley B. Enyang that were like beauty. And obviously Diana's beauty, but Diana's a creative. So I would watch her. I would watch her singing songs with like a blue green screen. And just... I was like, Adrian, there's no one else doing it. It's only them. Come on, we have to get in front of this before this thing blows up.
So then once you showed me the people in America and there was no one really doing what they were doing, I said, all right, maybe there's a niche, but then why would they want to watch us? What about us is...
I ain't got no faith in us, boy.
So I'm like, why?
Not
I
one
just
piece of
didn't
faith.
understand. Why would people want to watch us?
Yeah.
They don't know us. Why would... I'm saying. But then, she started TikTok and so I was like, ah, cool, let's try.
And we started off dancing because we had no idea what we was doing.
Renegade. All them
Renegade.
Ah, brother.
Honestly, we started dancing and I remember I'd be in bed and we'd go to see, you're out of whack because the pandemic just threw you out of whack. But I would be laying in bed, scrolling and learning the Renegade and I'd be looking at it for 8 hours and then I'd go in the bathroom like this. I'd be like this trying to figure it out. I'm not a dancer. He's a dancer. So people don't know.
No, I didn't know that. You're the dancer.
Guys,
What are we talking about here?
Wait, what?
Google, go onto YouTube
Relax your
Okay.
chest. I used to be able to
and
dance.
search
I can't even-
definitives.
What?
Okay.
Not you being...
Also search Natasha. Okay. They used to have this big thing called Street Dance Weekend, and him and your group, you guys used to win.
No.
It was a massive thing. Yeah, big boy dancer.
I did
used
not
to
know
be.
that.
Used to
See,
be.
my research skills weren't that. We learned
That's what he hides. That's what he hides. If you don't know, you don't know.
So this was your calling, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna say that. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
That is, this was meant to happen.
Right.
Okay, so we're
Right.
hitting the Renegade.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're hitting the
Renegade,
Renegade.
boy.
So, do you remember the video that was the one that you were like, ooh, okay, we're getting some numbers here?
Yeah, we was actually speaking
talking
about this
about last
yesterday.
night.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was it?
So I'll let you talk. You go on.
We were in Brixton Tesco's, and she sent me in for a feminine product
Okay, yeah.
with the name Femme Fresh
Of course.
2000. Don't miss out the 2000.
2000.
A very specific one. Okay,
Very,
yeah,
very
fair.
specific.
So it didn't surprise. Like people are like, oh, why did you go in there? She asked me often to go and buy her products.
Yeah, that's
and I
normal.
go in there. Well, I don't think that's normal. It's very embarrassing for a man.
How is it embarrassing?
They might think I'm gonna be using it. I don't
Sir.
know. I'm going to buy it. Like,
Sir.
What the heck are
Listen,
you doing with sanitary
who
towels?
knows, babe? Who knows?
Okay.
Anyway, I've gone in there and asked for the thing, and then they just laughed at me.
What? Okay, now that's the problem. The staff are supposed to help.
Listen,
Customers always right.
But
so obviously I'm disgruntled. I'm feeling very embarrassed. I've come back to the car, and yeah, that was the video.
yeah, and I remember we posted it, and normally we're getting like 800 views, 900 views a video. Like we just couldn't crack it.
Yeah.
Instagram we couldn't crack. It literally was our mum's commenting and our sisters commenting on our videos, and we had no idea what we was doing. But I remember that's, like I said, my sleep was out of whack. So I went to bed at like 4 PM.
Yeah.
Went to sleep to have a nap. Woke up, Adrian's gas. I can hear him laughing and sounds excited in the front room talking to our friend Kenny. Then I go back to sleep and I wake up maybe an hour later and Adrian's like, Tara, check TikTok.
Okay.
And I check it and the video's on 20,000 views. 20,000 views when you only have 800 views.
Big difference.
It's a big difference. So I was like, oh my gosh. I went back to sleep again. Woke up an hour later or 2 hours later, the video was on 1 million views.
What?
1 million views. So I went, we're rich. We
That's
are
it.
rich.
That's it.
We're done. We've gone clear. We can look after our mums. We got money now because remember, 1 million views on YouTube. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember that was the day where I was like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
And then our friends would be like, guys, it's happened. Yeah. And then I remember we went to sleep that night, woke up the next day, the video was on like 13, 14 million views.
That's great.
And
Every time we refresh the page,
it said 99. So,
99,
you know, like all the
every-
notifications.
We're like, what is happening here?
Crazy.
Like,
That's
it was
amazing.
mad.
Crazy.
mad.
Yeah, that, even when I think about it, I'm like, I don't think you can feel that feeling again because it's the first time that ever happened.
Yeah.
So
It was it's so new.
surreal. It was like,
It was mad.
I can't explain it. It
That's
was
amazing.
euphoric. It was such a great feeling.
So, okay, you're getting this big hit. What's the game plan from there? Like, is it
Game
how
plan?
do we?
Game plan.
There was
Who said
none.
game plan.
We didn't have that. We were holding on to prayers at this
yeah,
point. There
that's
was
a
no
fact.
game plan,
Game
nothing.
plan.
So did you continue to post?
Yeah.
Like, did you?
So I think we was a bit overwhelmed with that because what
Yeah.
we should have done is continue to post. We did, but it wasn't as consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just like, oh, look,
When you think of an idea, drop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think before that though, we was definitely posting like 5 to 6 videos a day.
A day?
A day. A day.
You will
5
see
to
us.
6 videos a day.
Whatever time you come on TikTok, you
will
will
see us.
That is a game plan, though. You lot had a, like, how do you even plan to? How often did you film to get?
Every single day.
every day, all day, or whatever. Like if
There
we-
was no way that we're sitting at home just
Yeah, it's
chilling.
lockdown,
No.
like-
We
okay.
got to make it work. But the reason why I say it wasn't a game plan is because we weren't like, okay, we need to film 5 videos today.
Okay.
But we'd be like, okay, this video. All right,
we
let's
can
just
do
do
that.
this.
Let's
All
do
right,
that.
let's do this video.
Yeah,
Let's do it
yeah.
like that. So there was no real game plan. I don't think we even had a game plan until we got management. And that was 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How did the management situation? Was it they came to you?
God. It was,
Amen. Please explain.
because this was all you, so.
So now we had sort of seen our roles. She was more of the content because I still don't understand what's going on.
Oh, was you editing?
I was
Yeah,
editing
she self-taught herself everything.
everything.
Amazing.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
girl, brilliant. Self-taught, like amazing. I rate her highly. Huh?
True.
Yeah, your thing, man.
You never tell me this at home. Do you want dinner today?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, she self-taught herself. What Final Cut Pro?
Yeah.
Just how the TikTok works, trending, all of that stuff. Like, but I just, cause it's not. I don't know how to do that stuff.
Yeah, fair
and I had no interest in doing it.
I hear that.
I didn't even now I don't use TikTok.
No, he really doesn't.
So I said, all right, cool. What I'll do is we need to start getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do marketing.
So you weren't getting paid?
No.
Oh, so you're hitting millies and not getting paid?
Yeah, because that was
penny.
the first video that got 1 million at that point. So then even after that, I think we got into the creator fund, but it wasn't, it's not
Nothing like-
anything substantial. So like off of them, let's say you get 1 million views, I'm sure we got paid like £57.
I'm gonna say £36.
£80. It wasn't anything that. It just wasn't substantial, and we weren't working. So
damn! I forgot about that
We weren't
part.
working. Yeah, no. So after even I got put on furlough.
Okay.
His company basically let go of all the gas engineers, and they only kept a few. So I was like, okay, fine. We're going to do the furlough. The furlough lasted probably about 3 or 4 months. And then my company were like, you need to come back to work. Oh,
excuse me?
Hello. But at the same time...
I'm famous.
I know. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, my nan, unfortunately, was unwell. So she was in hospital. So when they called me back to work, I basically said, I can't come back right now because my nan's in hospital. Fair. I'm her full-time caregiver. So I can't. Like, my nan was my rock. Like, me and her like this. So I was like, I can't come back for now. And they were very patient with me. And then I came back maybe 3 weeks later. Remel, I went into that office. They moved me from the Brixton office to the Balham office, yeah? I went into that Balham office and I cried. I said, I said I was not coming back.
Yeah, you did say that.
I said I wasn't coming back. So I went back on the Wednesday. I worked Wednesday, I worked Thursday, and Friday I called and I said, I'm not coming back. I said, I can't do this. Agent was like, sorry, you did what? I said, yeah, I quit my job. I quit my job. No, we haven't discussed. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's done. Yeah, I'm not going back.
Okay.
And then from there, he was like, okay, so we both don't have jobs now.
This has to work.
This has to work. We went from 2 cars to 1 car. We're trainer heads. We sold all our trainers. I learned how to braid the front of my hair because obviously this part, it was like 6 months.
Oh yeah,
So you
lockdown
just had
was
to
rough for us ladies.
Listen.
Damn, it was
I
rough.
mean, I was defo going into the hair shops through the back door. When a couple of them, I did.
I will
did.
neither confirm or deny.
I did.
whether the
I
same.
had to get my gummy to at least make the best of the situation. But yeah, we sold everything. Like we literally sold absolutely everything. We lost all the luxuries that we had.
Yeah, phone bills, right down to Simone's.
No streaming sites, no nothing. Like we pure
raw.
grind mode. So by this time, about the management agents are like, all right, no, this now needs to start making sense because we're not making enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I'm going to do marketing. I'm going to reach out to brands. Every brand that I like and want to work with, I'm going to reach out. This is what we do. This is how much followers we've got. Whoever comes back or whatever.
Yeah.
It got to a point where I had reached out to everyone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more that I could personally do. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I started praying. I'm like, look, God, we need management. I remember reaching out to loads of different managements. And there was another creator who was like, oh, there's this management company that started. I'll put you in contact. And I was like, appreciate you. I rate you. Thank you so much. Had that discussion. They was like, look, you guys, we don't really take on anyone that's got less than 10K followers. Was that on Instagram? Instagram.
That's very specific.
You lot are good. You lot are good, but you know what I'm saying? Like we've got. So yeah, you are good, but we've got. If you get on 10K, we'll take you on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, babe, we need to get 10K. Then we're gonna be rich.
Yeah.
See, for me, 10K followers was like having 1 million. I fought all my days.
Yeah.
She had to fight me every day because I was gonna pay to get 10,000 followers.
I said, you better not. One thing about me, I don't cheat in life.
Yeah, I'm
so
the same.
there's no way that this Meet the Thorpes, you bought followers.
I'd rather have
I'd
500
rather have-
views and that's it.
That's it. So
I'd rather.
I was so against it. So every week we would fight about these followers. I'd be like, I'm not buying followers. I am not buying followers. You've got people that have got 100,000 followers, but they got 50 likes on a picture. No, I can't do it. I said, I can't do the embarrassment. I can't do it.
So I had a meeting with my family. I said, guys, I'll
never forget
It
it.
was me, Tara, my brother, my sister, and my mum. I said, guys, I'm about to change your lives. Yeah? I'm about to change your lives. Yeah? We are going to pray because we need 10,000 followers. Right now we have about 4,000. We need 10 of them bad boys so that we can be rich and I can take care of everyone in here. Yeah?
I hear that.
We sat down, chilled, whatever. Then we prayed before we left. I dropped my mum home, which was about 5 minutes away from my brother's house. We left my mum. 2 minutes up driving, I got a notification on my phone. I said, Tara, check that, please. Bearing in mind, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Check that, please. I think someone just messaged us. It was Ant from I'm Just Bait.
Yeah.
I had been messaging him, sending him our videos, like, bro, this, that, and the other. So you post it. He messaged me back now 2 years later saying, bro, my girls just showed me your videos. God has made me see these videos. You lot are this. You lot are sick. You lot are. I can't believe I've never seen you lot before. I'm gonna post you lot tomorrow. 2 a.m. I woke up the next morning, maybe at 10 o'clock. We'd hit 10K.
Blood. God is good,
Right?
Wow.
Crazy.
He posted us. We hit 10K. Shade Bar posted us.
Yeah.
What's the other place? All them.
The shade room.
Shade
In
Shade
America,
room?
The shade room.
Not the shade.
The shade
Like,
room.
all of these pages posted, like, now it's gone on 11K. It's going 12.
Oh my goodness.
Went to the managed company. Hey, guys.
Got the 10K.
Well, go on. Are we rich? How do we do this? Here's my bank. Here's my bank details. What do we?
Where do we sign?
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
God is so good.
They was like, okay, you got the 10K. That's nice. And that was
Yeah.
it.
Oh, was it enough? You're lying.
No.
I promise you. So I
That
was
day
like,
he was so angry. So then he kept like reaching out to other management companies, and the management companies were like, yeah, no, not really a great fit for us. You don't have enough followers. You don't have whatever.
or you're good, but we don't really know what to do with
We
you.
don't know what to do with you. So
hearing
then
that a
we
lot.
went to the TikTok Black event in, where was this?
Shoreditch. And this is the first event now after lockdown. No events have been done.
Yeah.
It's the first event now.
Yeah. And I guess we were going viral at that moment because we done a video in the car
We started doing videos.
where
in
we
cars.
started doing videos in the cars. But this video, I started rapping in the video.
Okay.
And then that went viral. So then people are like, oh my gosh. So this was the first time we got out the car and people were like, oh, you're the guys from TikTok.
It's
my
the first ever
gosh.
time.
But I don't
we're
do
in, We're in
events.
Shoreditch. We're like, are you sure? Us?
Yeah.
The little South Londoners are
Literally.
like,
Can I
why
get
do
selfie?
I
you
Can
will
I get
never
selfie?
forget it. It was this white lady, and she was like, "You guys,"
Yeah.
but she doesn't look like she watches our stuff.
I hear you.
And at that moment, I was like, "Raw," and I wasn't gonna go to this event. I don't do events. Plus, there's COVID going around.
Yeah, of
I got
course.
COVID. That thing was horrible. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get it. Anyway, we get to this event. They're not letting us in because we don't have the test, the COVID test to say that you're.
Say that we're.
You just threw me back
Yeah,
to the ghetto.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
I
So
forgot
then me
about
and
that.
Adrian had to walk to try and find a chemist, buy these tests, take the tests,
Come back with the proof.
come back with the proof. But
we
as we're
haven't got
going in, I'm seeing YouTubers like Adana. These are the people that I grew up watching. Again, Adana, her family. And I'm seeing them in there. And as I'm in there, there's other YouTubers and TikTokers that are like, oh, guys, I love your content. And me and Adrian are like,
Also, I don't know who they are because I'm not on TikTok.
but
Yeah,
I do.
yeah, yeah. You're
I
like-
do.
She's going mad, and I'm like,
I do. So then we get upstairs, and then we're just chilling. It's me and Adrian vibing, whatever. And this black guy comes up to us, but I can't hear a word he's saying. And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, I think he's trying to sell us something. So I was like, oh, yeah. Over the music,
music
yeah.
thumping.
Yeah. Great. Then this other guy comes up to us who Adrian had reached out to for management, and he said he doesn't want to work with us.
Listen.
We don't have enough followers. We're not good enough.
Oh, it was horrible.
He came up to us and he was like, right, guys, so obviously you've emailed me a couple of times. So I just thought I'd approach you. Yeah, I can make you $5,000 a month if you want.
How much
yeah.
you ma-
How much you making now?
making now?
How much you making now? And he badded us and he was like, yeah, I'll take you on. And I was like,
But I got people like 50 mil, like 30 mil. on
yeah, he's
TikTok.
like, no, but I can get you $5,000. I can get you a pretty little thing deal. I can, you know. And I said, no, we're good, you know.
Your vibe
we're
is
fine.
off.
So off. So we walked away, and like I said, this black guy approached us, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then all I heard was the cabs. And I said, pardon, who? He said, cabs. And he points over, and there's the cabs. And I was like,
Okay.
there's the cabs. I don't know what you're saying. I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
yeah.
talking about. Then he brings us over to them, and we're speaking to the cabs and stuff, and we're like, oh, hey, guys.
And
Like,
the cabs are like, we're just looking at, we saved your videos
yeah,
today.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
So
slow
we're,
down.
so we're talking to Tay and Shan, and we're like, oh, like, we can't believe we're meeting them. It's the cabs.
yeah.
To find out the man that was speaking to us is a manager at our management agency, season 25, but we had no idea. We couldn't understand what he was saying.
Fair.
Then we walk away, and then this lady comes over to us, and she's like, oh, hey, guys, whatever. Just really, really lovely.
Very nice.
Very nice. And then I think we wanted to take a picture or something. And then she was like, oh, I'll hold your bag for you. She seemed really, really nice.
Oh my
So we
gosh.
thought she was Nick's assistant. And they were like, we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. And we're like, okay, cool. We never heard of season 25. Don't know who these people are. We go into a meeting with them maybe a week later. It turns out the woman that was so lovely is the woman that owns the agency, Jessica. So all the agencies that we've spoken to, these people are horrible. And this woman that's so nice, I done thought it was Nick's assistant, is the woman that owns the company.
She the boss.
She's the
Yeah,
boss.
she's the boss.
And I remember what's so crazy is after we met them, we started having all these management agencies reaching out to us.
Are you serious?
But it was big management agencies. Yeah. So I would look at their roster and be like, oh my gosh, Adrian, look, they've got this person, they've got this person, they've got this person. And at that moment, me and Adrian stopped. And we was like, look, we need to pray. Because we don't want to make the worst decision. We don't want to make a bad decision.
Absolutely.
We prayed, my mum prayed, his mum prayed, we fasted. And normally when agencies are coming and they want you, you don't make them wait.
Yeah.
We waited 3 weeks to make a decision. We were like, we are not making a decision until God tells us. Wow. And we felt, God was like, you need to go to season 25. Our parents were like, you need to go to season 25.
Yes.
And obviously season 25 was a smaller agency then.
Yeah.
Compared to these big agencies, why would we go with the smaller agency?
Yeah.
We went with season 25 and that's when Meet The Thorpes completely changed.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. It was 100% a good thing. 100%.
Amen.
100%. But yeah.
Amen.
That was a long way of saying it, but yeah.
No, but do you know what? I think people assume you get a milli, the agents come,
100%.
the managers come, you're sorted for life.
Yeah.
You've given us such the right breakdown of you need to think about this.
Yeah.
You need to see the behavior, the attitudes, the response of people before you go with it. Because I think a lot of people always saying, oh, I want an agent, I want management. For you, I think it's quite evident in what you said, but like, is there a specific thing you would say when you're looking for management or representation you should look out for?
I would say, look at the way that they speak about you. Are they looking to make a quick buck? Like the guy that was like, I can get you a deal for $5,000 a month. Yeah. Or are they like, what's your 5-year plan? This is the 5-year plan.
Our agency were very transparent from the beginning. They said, you may not make no money first.
In the first couple of years.
Yeah.
You may, but we're here for the longevity.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a viral sensation and then we forget about you.
Absolutely.
You're not just a product. You're I forgot the word, but you're more than that.
Yeah.
You're a brand.
Literally.
We're building legacy.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Oh.
So when we sat down,
what did you want to hear?
I want
What's
money.
some money?
Okay, fair enough. You lot ain't got jobs.
Money.
I hear you.
I'm like, I ain't got no job. I'm still trying to braid the two things at the front, and it's not looking good because the rest was knotless, and now there's like a biff here with the braid hanging off. Like it just wasn't pretty. But they were like, genuinely, what they gave us a game plan. They were like, you need to move away from this kind of content. You need to try and do something like this.
100%.
It's not about the now.
Yeah.
It's about what happens in 5 years. And we haven't even hit 5 years yet. This is 3 years.
And they showed us that they genuinely believed in us because we didn't believe in us as much as they did. Like, I definitely didn't think we would be in a position or the way we do things now. I didn't think that back then.
Yeah, I would just say watch their language and how they speak about you. Yeah. Are you just another check or are you a person?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. So, we're with season 25.
Yeah.
Things are changing. It might not have been automatically getting money in the bank account, but for you, what kind of opened your eyes to different ways that you can actually make money as a creator?
So, I thought it was just videos on TikTok and Instagram, and they were like, okay guys, you need your own IP. My own what?
What does that mean?
What's an IP? Sorry. I know an IP address. I don't know what you mean by IP. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, you need to start thinking of your own intellectual property. Like you need something that you can put your name to. And they sat down with us and we had like this whole brainstorming session for a whole
Strategy
day.
meetings
and we came up with a game show. So our first thing that nobody's seen is we actually had a game show.
No way.
We had a game show. We filmed the first episode. It was a big thing. They really got behind us. They supported us in all of it, getting producers, directors, cameramen. It was
all the activities.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, I only look here, but they're like, look through here. The opportunities are endless.
Yeah.
They were like, you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah. Like, this is your playground. So I think that's when I was just like, oh, I can do other things?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What happened to the game show, guys?
Yeah.
We had influencers come. They were meant to come on, but you know, with their schedules, it's busy. So no one can commit at the same time. So it just didn't work.
I don't think that was just it. I think also there was, because it was our first time doing it, it just didn't look the way that we wanted to look. So there were some shots that were missed and things like that. And we were like, we don't want this to go out. We could have reshot it, but at that point I was like, I'm over it. I've tried it and I don't think this is what I want to do. So let's try something else.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And that's so honest, because the amount of things I've filmed and it didn't see the light of day.
Yeah.
And people will never know that.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes you're just supposed to experience it 100%. So you know what you don't like.
100%. And the money that went into it as well. There was money that went into it. But I was like, and I think that's what people don't understand either. A lot of the time you're putting money into things and it doesn't work out, but you don't stop. You just keep trying. It's another business. You just keep trying, you know? Fact. So yeah.
Fact. So when did the money start residing?
When did it start residing, sir?
Or do you remember the deal?
I remember the first deal.
First deal. What was the first deal?
It was the first deal I did.
Solo?
Yeah, first deal I did was a chicken shop or something like that.
Pardon?
Was it a chicken shop?
What are you talking
You don't
about?
remember that?
Tara, did you not consent?
We done or you did?
The first deal I got for us.
Okay, so this is, okay. What we all thought in the room is that you said you got your own deal.
Oh, no. When I mean, remember,
Okay,
so
a
I
chicken
was
shop.
marketing and all of these
Oh,
things.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
The first deal, but that's not the question. The question was, when did the money start coming in?
It wasn't the first money.
No, that was definitely £150 for a vegan.
I thought we was
For
balling.
a vegan chicken shop.
Oh, my days.
And we done 2 videos and then they sent us the money and they never used the content because it was that trash. But when did we start?
No, they just shut down the shop.
When did we start seeing? It's when we got management. Because
yeah,
I remember
100%.
we got a deal with a mattress company and they asked for all these deliverables, but they were paying us $1,000. And I was like, we got £1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we got £1,000. But they took our likeness. They took everything. So they can now
In
repurpose.
perpetuity.
So you created the idea, the concept.
Everything. But then
blessed
they
thing.
now can run those ads as many times as they want.
Whenever they
But
want.
we thank the Lord because I don't look like I did 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So that isn't me. Okay? That is not me. You're not going to be using that.
Oh my gosh.
And then I remember we got with our management and our first deal, our manager called us and it was for like 1 video, but 6 times what they paid us for the mattress. I
Yes.
said, wait,
Is that for all?
Is
all
that
of us? Little old us.
and when we got that, I said, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You can really make money. Oh my gosh. I was like, Mum, I'm going on holiday. I'm going to take you on holiday and whatever.
that.
But I think it was at that moment, and that was in 2023. So it wasn't a substantial amount of money, but it was more than I've ever made before.
Yeah.
Off of one video.
Exactly.
And I was like, this is why your agency is so important.
Yeah.
Because we had what's it called, imposter syndrome. So if someone's like, okay, we'll pay you £1,000 but we want 50 reals, we'll be like, okay,
we'll take that.
We got to pay our
don't
rent.
because you don't want to lose it.
yeah.
I
Whereas
hear
our
that.
management will be like,
No, they're not worth it. They're
no,
worth way more.
absolutely not. What we're going to do is we're going to take those deliverables down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take away the usage, and then we're going to take away this, and then they whittle it all the way down, and that was the moment that was like raw, you know, and that was very exciting.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, that's a beautiful, beautiful testament to season 25, Jessica, all the people behind you, making sure the numbers are numbering correctly.
Yes.
But also just you two having faith, discernment, understanding what is right for you and what you want to do next. And I know not everyone's used to putting their lives on social media. And like, has there been a conversation of how far you guys go? Because obviously the pranks sometimes are a bit like raw. You don't look like you want to actually fight.
No, for real.
So like, at what point do you decide how much you want to share with us?
So I feel like with the pranks, there's a lot of pranks that people didn't see because it was really bad. And I think we realized, are we sacrificing our marriage for
For the
views?
sake of some jokes.
So we were like, yeah, it's not working. And then even when we were speaking to our management, when we were speaking to Nick's like, guys, there's so much beauty in your marriage and your relationship. You don't want to pull away from that. And we was like, okay, cool.
You're not clowns.
You're not clowns, so stop performing. Just be who you guys are.
Message.
Hello?
So it was like, yeah, but who are we?
And we had no idea who
I don't
we
know
were.
how do we put who we are
On paper,
camera?
so he was like, guys, who are you? And we'd be like,
because we might go to the office and they'd be like, we're just being ourselves. They'd be like, everyone's
they'd
busting
be
up.
like, you need a camera.
We need the camera now.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah.
And we can't explain what we're doing. We're just us.
Yeah.
So you need to package that and give that to the audience.
Yeah, and I think to answer your question, I feel like we didn't necessarily have conversations like this is too far whilst we were doing it, or we're not going to share this. But I think in editing, I'd be like,
no, that looks mad.
We can't post
can't even
this.
put
We
that
can't
out.
post this. Like, because also, not only are we really married, we really are ambassadors for Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And I'm not making a mockery of this thing. Yes, you can have fun, but now it just looks like we're just taking the mick out of this thing for views. And I don't know how long Instagram's going to last for. So I could all lose my marriage for a video. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. So I was like, no, So we never really had a conversation.
Never had a conversation.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that we've always been pranksters. Like,
fair. From the very first clap in church.
He pranked me
when I proposed.
The month before.
What?
He took me to the same spot.
Took her to the same spot, got on my knee.
No, you're bad.
She was like, what's wrong with you? Fix up, man. Just did my
Tiny
lace.
shoelaces.
And then a month later,
he
I did
proposed, and then I pranked him after we got married. We pranked all the time. People say that we look like brother and sister. So when we'd be on the bus when we were like 14 or 15,
days.
and he'd be kissing me on the bus, I'd be like, "Mum told you to stop doing that."
You know,
emergency stop. Stopping the man, I'm off. Can't take the embarrassment.
you lot are wrong.
No, she's wrong. Yeah? 'Cause that's mad.
That is
But yeah,
wild.
we've always been pranksters, but yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. I can't remember what you just said.
No. It's just knowing when
To
it's
say
too
no.
far.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Well, what I do love is that you're constantly showing us how much you love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Adrian, I love the way you hype Tara when she gets her new hair did.
Mm-hmm.
When
Aye.
she... Listen.
Hey.
Listen, more men
Aye.
need to be like Big Age, you know.
Hello?
I
Yeah,
love
no.
that.
Gotta show-
Why
you
is
got-
it important to you that you show that love?
Do you know what it is? Tara, one time she has said to me, or maybe a few times she said to me, you don't show your appreciation. And I know that I appreciate her, but when she said I don't show it, I was like, oh, well, how? There's a scripture when it says, how will they know if you don't tell them? And that's always stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So how will she know, like, that I don't appreciate her? No, how will she know that I appreciate her or what she does? I'm not perfect, so I don't always show my love, but when I do, it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm just happy that it can be seen.
Sounded like
Like-
a Tupac verse. How will we know if you don't show them?
Yeah.
It got real deep real quick.
It was
Oh, gosh.
beautiful.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
It was, that's nice.
Yeah. So I ain't got issue with it.
I love that. I love that. And also, you've both been on an amazing weight loss journey, which is so inspiring. So, first of all, congratulations to you both.
you.
And I think, Tara, you recently, like, not went off on people, but you were like, you lot better recognize my man
No, 100%.
is losing weight.
100%.
Like, it's, I think men and women lose weight differently.
100%.
Like, I think women, we lose it in our face first,
Yeah,
and then it
exactly.
shows in different ways.
Yeah.
But you've both together been doing amazingly, and I
Thank
love
you.
that you're hyping him
Thank you.
as much as he's hyping you.
Absolutely.
So, why did you decide to do this weight loss journey?
I will never forget the day. So I've always tried to lose weight. That's what I've always tried to do. I've always been on the chunkier side, hit puberty before everybody else in the class and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But obviously after we got married, I got very comfortable.
We
You know,
all
you
do,
get happy.
girl.
So I'm not living at my mum's house, so I can order as many takeaways as I want to my door.
Yeah.
But what really pushed it was I have a really, really good friends called Carl and Leanne.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout out Carl right now, Train with ID. Black owned gym, private studio, fantastic. It's 10 out of 10. Anyway, we went on holiday with Carl Leanne to Turkey 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, 2023, we went. And
First time going on a
first time
friend's
going on a
holiday.
Okay.
yeah,
It's our first ever time.
yeah. And my friends, they're fit. Carl and Leanne, they're fit. They're fit people. So we go on this holiday and, our friends Kenny and Sharice were there as well. But they have like activities. So Carl and Leanne are the kind of people that work out on holiday.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you wake up, you go to the gym for a couple hours first. Then you come
Couple
back.
hours?
No, for real. You
Couple.
work
Oh,
out,
mad thing.
they train. They're like, because there's still a routine. They're very disciplined people.
I respect it.
So anyway, Leanne and Sharice were like, oh, we're going to this kangaroo class, right? So it's basically where you have like these kangaroo boots on, but you work out with the kangaroo boots.
I remember seeing your video, yeah.
So Carl's like, oh, you should go with them, T. Adrian's like, babe, go with them. I'm like, alright, cool. So I go over there and I'm looking for my size in the shoes, whatever. And I go to put and the woman's like, how much do you weigh, sorry? So I told her how much I weighed and she wasn't even mean. Genuinely, she was like, how much do you weigh? I told her and she was like, I'm really sorry, but you can't do the class because the shoes can't support that weight.
Oh my gosh.
So I felt like so embarrassed. So I took them off and I was like, girls, no, continue, it's fine. And I remember walking back to the villa and I just wanted to cry.
Yeah.
And as I walked in there, Carl, he's my brother. So when I walked in, he was like, why are you back? And I was like, they said that I was too big to do the class. And as I was walking up the stairs, he was like, T, we need to talk. And I was like, what? And he was like, we need to talk about your weight. He was like, it's not even about your appearance, it's about your health. And Carl has always been like, guys, come work out with me. I was his first client before he had this massive gym in Mayfair.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
I was his first client. We trained in Battersea Park.
Yeah.
So he was like, T, we need to talk about this now. Like, it's serious. This is your health.
Yeah.
And I don't think I realised how bad it had become.
Yeah.
Because when I was getting ready, we don't have mirrors in our house. We would only have the mirror
In the bathroom.
in the bathroom.
Oh.
So that's where I would do everything. So I hadn't seen how big I became. And I remember we spoke and I said, okay, cool, fine. And he was like, come to the gym twice a week. I will train you twice a week. Going to that gym twice a week was hard, man. Yeah. He was like, you need to do 10,000 steps. 10,000, I just get about 500 a day. What do you mean? Girl. Like, my job is, I sit down, that's all I do. And then I took it seriously in 2024 with him because I got asked to be a bridesmaid. Oh. And I was like, I can't be the biggest one again because I've been a bridesmaid before and the pictures were, I've done spoiled girls pictures. It was a bad, even he said, was you not embarrassed for me at the wedding? Yeah, he was like, it was bad.
Well, I just knew once these pictures come out, Tara's going to hate herself.
I won't even show you the picture. I'll show you the picture, but it was horrific. And then when I got asked to be made a bridesmaid, I said to Adrian, if I can't drop this weight, I'll pull out the wedding. Because I can't do it.
Fair enough.
And then Carl was like, all right, if this is what you want to do, let's do it. I'll be alongside you. You come and train with me. You stick to what I say and we'll do it. And then I ended up working out 5 times a week. 45 times a week.
At the height, it was 6. Would have been 6
but I'm average. 4 to 5 times a week.
Okay.
He would make me get on the bike half an hour before a session, half an hour after, and I would be doing 15,000 steps a day.
Whew.
And I dropped my calories because I was eating like a God knows what. I mean, I would have 2 triple sausage and egg McMuffins for breakfast, pizza for lunch, Chinese for dinner. That's what I was doing, and I loved it, and I enjoyed it. So I dropped my calories, and I really started looking at food and health, and I started to feel better. And I was like, I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like I want to drop over. Like when I started working out with him, I couldn't do a squat with my own body weight. My back was finished, completely finished. So I think after having that conversation in August and then getting the, can you be my bridesmaid in February? I was like, everything kind of worked out. And that's why I say, if you're starting a weight loss journey, don't stop. Even if you keep failing, just keep showing up. Yeah. Because finally, it will click if you just keep showing up. Yeah. And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, I think for me, on that same holiday, so I've always played football. I've always, I'm active. So if anyone's got a motive,
he was a dancer.
Yeah. For real, he was a dancer.
Yeah. So I was on that same holiday, same time, we went to Land of Legends, which is like the biggest theme park in Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we also went on the highest water ride. So I've gone to the top, climbed the top. The guy's gone, wait, boss. How much you weigh? I was like, I don't even know. Come on, move. He's not, boss, how would you weigh? I'm thinking, all right, he brought the scale.
Oh, damn.
But they have to for health and safety, innit?
This is a theme park. There's a line behind me.
This holiday was really saying something, boy.
It was the best holiday though ever. But yeah.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
The embarrassment that I suffered then, listen, and Carl was next to me, innit? And he's like, bro, he's trying to talk to the man, like, just let him go down, man. Just like, we've climbed all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Bro, my man said I had to walk all the way back down. And then I was like, this is mad. And then I got asked to host that same wedding that she was a bridesmaid for.
The pressure is getting worse.
So I'm like, I'm used to being the biggest in any room that I'm in, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I kind of take care of myself, so I don't
Adrian's
look,
like the
I always
fly
like
big
to
guy.
I look presentable. I like to. I'm not all right. You might be big, but you don't have to look like a tramp.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So yeah, I didn't mind that, but I was like, all right, cool. If you're doing something about it, I should do something about it. Cool. Carl was like, let's go to the gym.
Wow.
Come to the gym. Go with Tara.
Yeah, big up Carl, man.
And yeah, we've been on it ever since. Sometimes Tara's been more active than me when it's with the walking stuff. Like she would first walk to the gym. So we live in South London. The gym's in Mayfair. She bopped all the way to Buckingham Palace. And
2.5
I drove
hours.
and picked her up. I was like, yeah,
Well
my babes,
done.
she's on it.
Yeah.
That day, it showed me. I said, yeah, there's something in Tara that there's some grit there that I love about her. And after that, we would start ordering stuff to like shopping centres and have to walk there.
I love that.
Yeah, so I would buy trainers
Yeah.
and send them to the furthest store and then have to walk, because I can't just walk aimlessly.
Yeah.
She's got to have a motive.
I've got to
Yeah.
have a motive. I'm going to buy some so I was just buying stuff now.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get another pair of trainers. I'm going to walk 2 hours to go and pick up those trainers and then catch a cab home. Or I would, if I'm meeting my friends in Westfields, please believe I will walk to Westfields.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere I went, I walked.
I need to
And
do
then-
that. I'm going to do that.
Everywhere.
I love
So
that.
there was the point we was getting like 30,000 steps a day.
Oh my gosh.
Like
That's so impressive.
Hips
like, I'm
definitely
genuine.
hurting though. Our hips
hips
were definitely
hurting, feet
though.
hurting, but it was like, yo, we need to change this body.
Yeah.
Like we also want children. We need a healthier body.
Absolutely, yeah.
We want a long life. We need a healthier body. And obviously, my thing also was vanity, because I want to start buying expensive brands and they don't do my size. I'm like, yeah, I need to fit into that. I want to be at Paris Fashion Week. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
And then there was a point where we was ordering soup every day. So we ate soup for a couple months, just soup.
Oh, damn.
And
Yeah,
that was
100%.
a drastic calorific deficit for us, yeah.
Which wasn't safe, and
wasn't
which
safe.
Carl was very upset with us once he found out, because we wasn't saying. So we'd be training, working, and he's always like, nutrition. You have to eat. You need to start eating clean food, but you need to eat. Like there's no starving yourself.
Yeah.
Me and Adrian was going to the yard shop and buying 2 soups a day. Oh my gosh. So we drive to Daphne's in Peckham.
Yeah.
Buy the red pea soup is on a Monday. On a Tuesday is beef soup. On a Wednesday is gonga pea soup. On a Thursday is chicken soup. On a Friday, fish soup. Saturday, mutton soup. That's what we were doing every single day.
Wow.
But that's all we would eat,
That's not good.
which is not good.
Yeah, it's
So that's-
delicious,
It's
but not good.
delicious, but it's not good.
Yeah.
So I think we was doing that because also we had the wedding.
Yeah.
And I was
That's why it was
I-
like drastic measures.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So people are like, how did you lose the weight so quickly? I didn't eat.
We still
I,
didn't
I,
eat, but what
I didn't really chew anything.
Fine.
There weren't really
Listen,
no dumplings
we
in
was
there
like,
either.
yeah,
Just
no.
hold the dumplings. Just give me the broth.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
me the broth. But obviously after the wedding was last year, May.
Yeah.
It's okay, what are we eating now? So it was, I hate cooking. I have to cook.
Yeah.
I have to cook. So I started cooking. Adrian's cooking. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I see a difference in my body now.
Yeah.
I've dropped weight, but now I'm starting to see like the muscles in my thighs are coming back.
Okay,
and
girl.
I'm getting the quads and I'm getting the donkey legs that I've always wanted and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you need protein to build those muscles.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and we're still on the journey.
Still on it, man. There's still
doing
goals.
great.
There's still goals, man.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near my goal. And I do have to, and I'm going to say this again, I'm not always defend my man, okay? And he's like, stop defending me because you don't need to. But we're like 3 kg apart, like in terms of weight loss.
Okay.
So when people are like, he needs to do what his wife has done. He needs to catch up.
You're going to lose her.
I've only lost 3 kg more.
Yeah.
Like, and this is why you can't measure your weight loss on somebody else's weight loss.
So true.
Because you really be beating yourself up. And then because you're upset, you're going to eat more, because naturally, for me, that's my comfort.
Emotional.
If I'm upset, I'll eat.
hear that.
But why? We've lost the same amount. It just looks different.
Yeah.
Adrian, this is my NFL player, okay?
I hear that,
Adrian's
yeah.
never going to be a skinny guy. That's not his stature, and I'm here for it. Okay? I've always wanted someone that plays NFL. Okay? I'm here for it. This is
Don't gas
everything
me
that
out.
I love. This is it. I live for this. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that weight loss looks very different on people.
Absolutely.
And there's always a drop. Like, you could be on your weight loss journey and you're like, I've been doing this for 3 months and there's no difference.
Yeah.
But you'll wake up the next day and be like,
Oh, Yeah.
Who is that?
I would never forget the day that happened to me. I remember I was laying on the sofa and I was like, yeah, man, this weight ain't coming off, man. The wedding's coming up. And I took a picture and then I looked back. I said, my arm looks small. Oh my gosh. So there's always moments where you have drops. It feels like nothing's happening, but you just stay consistent, it will drop.
You've also got to celebrate the small, every win.
Yes,
so like
exactly.
your feet will get smaller.
Oh, really?
No, for real.
What?
Yeah.
Your feet
I've
will
had
get
to give
smaller.
away many trainers.
Is it?
I'm used to buying size 11 and a half, 12.
Yeah.
Now I'm fitting in 10 and a half, 11.
Is
It's
it?
like,
It's a slim foot.
Go on.
Slim back
Slimmers.
No, that's so true. The small wins
Yeah.
will amount to big wins.
100%.
Absolutely love that.
100%.
You guys I just love seeing you interact, like how you big each other up and just the journey. It's been beautiful. So what is next? What are we working on? Is there anything you can give us a little exclusive?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
We are working on a new show that we are producing, directing,
Jeez.
everything like that. But it's really, really fun. We've done 2 episodes so far.
Yes.
It will be on YouTube.
It'll be on
Our
YouTube. Our
Amazing.
YouTube. And a hint that I will give is that in a section of it, there's like a revenge section,
Oh Lord.
which is where the other person. So I will get Adrian to do something that I think he hates, and vice
Okay.
versa.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled. It is coming out very, very soon,
Yep.
and I'm excited.
We've got the podcast coming back.
Yes.
True Talks with the Thorpes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to reignite that.
And we've got our own personal ventures as well. So I have my own YouTube page.
Oh,
and
cute,
I'm,
girl.
Yeah, it's called Tara Thorpe. Is it called Tara Thorpe? Tara Thorpe Vlogs.
Okay, there we go.
Tara Thorpe Vlogs.
Yes. We love your vlogs.
And I would say that you should watch it because my vlogs are like a movie.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they are.
They take
Oh,
hours
it's
to
a di-
edit.
It's a disservice calling it a vlog. They're movies.
They're movies.
They're movies.
Large up yourself.
They're movies.
Large up yourself.
They're movies.
It's a whole production. But yeah, I've got my vlogs and I think it's exciting because you get to know me and Adrian want people to know us individually as well.
Yeah.
So they get to know a bit more about me, and then Adrian's got his own vlogs where they get to know about Adrian as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things happening.
I love
which
that.
I'm really excited for.
I love
But
that.
yeah.
Well, before you go, Tara, Adrian,
Yes.
can you give us your top 5 tips for the mainstream? So we want to know, as content creators, as even if it's life tips at this point, because again, this is a very special episode. We don't even usually have 2 people on the sofa, darling.
So we're the first.
Yes, the
Yeah.
first to have 2 on the mainstream sofa. So yes, if you have some top 5 tips to share with us for any creators, inspiration, we'd love to hear.
Top 5 each, or just
Let's do it together.
combined. Cool.
I was
Consistency is a main one.
Straight in there.
You have to be consistent. We were consistent at the beginning, posting up to 9 videos a day at that point. You have to be consistent. Like, you have to be consistent.
I think that sometimes people think talent is what gets you far. It really doesn't. It's consistency.
True.
Because there's times where we haven't been consistent, and those that we don't think are doing what we do, they're clearing it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just talent that gets you far. It's like, what the crew was Candy Burris in again?
In Vogue.
Oh,
In Vogue.
No,
To-
Escape.
Escape.
Yeah.
Candy, love you, not the best singer in the group.
I hear
However,
that.
she works the hardest in the group.
Absolutely.
And that's why she's been able to do what she's done. She's writing, she's consistent, she just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So don't rely on your talent. Your talent is not what's going to get you there. Your talent gives you a step above the others, but
Absolutely.
consistency and just going through.
Next one for me, you need to be a risk taker.
Oh, good one.
I'm not. I'm
Says a
more
man
of a
that's not a risk taker.
I'm more of a security blanket, especially when I'm with Tara. By myself, I don't mind risking, but I know I've got to provide. When Tara, if Tara didn't say she's quitting her job, we would have never had this.
Fair enough.
So to follow your dream, you need to have an element of being a risk taker.
Yeah.
You have to.
Of course, I've got to take it to my Lord and Father, Jesus Christ. Okay? If you don't have a relationship with Jesus, go find him. Okay? Because for me, personally, whether you're a content creator, whether you just need to be more consistent in life or whatever, God has been my safety net, my refuge, everything. We couldn't have done this without Meet the Thorpes. So when people say, but how did you do it? God, the cross. That's how I did it.
You've been faithful because through lockdown, no job,
Yeah.
through our weight loss, it's just been.
Yeah, people are like, how did you lose
constant.
weight? Oh, no, I really had to pray about this. Like, I had to wake up in the morning and be like, God, I failed so many times. You are my strength. You say I can do all things through you who strengthens me. Okay, so strengthen me not to eat this burger because I really need help. Like,
Absolutely.
I really, really need help. Number 4, what would I say? If you are looking for management, like I said before, make sure that they don't just see you as a number over the top of your head or a payroll number.
Facts.
You are that person, and there is so much, like what you said, legacy.
Yeah.
So I would also say, and I might get in trouble for this, I don't know, agencies that have 500 creators,
How you gonna manage all of them?
stay away.
I hear that.
If sometimes it's better to go with the smaller company,
Yeah.
and it might not
just
look as
focus.
attractive, but they can pour into you.
Yeah.
Agencies with 500 creators, I don't understand how that works.
I hear you.
But yeah, number 5.
If you-
Enjoy it and enjoy it.
Adrian was like,
Sorry, enjoy it and celebrate your wins.
Yeah.
And I say that because me and Adrian have not celebrated our
We
wins
spoke about this yesterday.
with Meet The Thorpes. We've never celebrated a milestone
The only celebration we've done is took a picture at 100K.
on Instagram.
okay, we need to celebrate some
We
more
need to
wins.
We didn't
celebrate.
like our biggest deal or our first travel deal or
Yeah.
we've never celebrated.
So celebrate your wins because, like I said, when we got that first viral video, I can't explain that feeling, and I'll never feel that with Reels and TikTok.
Yeah.
It might happen with YouTube, it might happen with this new thing that we're doing and stuff like that, but just celebrate it because you really put the work in, so why not celebrate it?
Thank you so much. And that is the perfect segue for me to give you two your ones to watch 2024 awards.
We were meant to come to. Oh man!
In
Thank you, Remel,
2024,
man.
Adrian and Tara were voted ones to watch for best YouTube and online personalities. And I'm so happy I can finally.
I'm
Thank you.
so grateful.
It's our
I was
first
like,
award.
I will meet you we were meant to meet for
We were
lunch.
supposed to meet.
There's just been so many stuff. We were meant to
Oh,
host.
we were meant to
got
host? This
ill.
was- this
I
year.
got-
This
I was
year.
sick.
Tar-
I know.
Oh my!
I was
listen,
sick this year, but look.
You see how God works?
a full
We were
wraparound
supposed to
moment.
have this moment.
Yeah.
You lot literally said, got to celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
And this is a win I wanted to share with you for
appreciate
so
that.
long.
happy.
So thank
Thank you,
you.
man.
Thank you so much. And also
you.
large up yourself,
Oh,
okay?
thank you.
Because you really just did Essence Fest. You realise that, right? You know
100%.
that that's a big deal.
Yes, it was amazing.
That's a big deal. So as much as
and you've been consistent. Like,
Thank you.
literally.
listen,
Thank you.
You've been consistent because I remember seeing you posting. Maybe it was 20. I'm gonna say it's like 2018. You was hosting something. And I was like, yeah,
More than likely.
like
literally.
yeah.
But yeah, it's
You've
just
been on it, man.
as much as you give us our flowers, we're giving them right back to you.
100%.
Thank you.
For real,
I
like it's
appreciate that.
what you're doing is fantastic, and it won't shock me in a couple of years if you're the biggest person out there and they're getting you to come and interview everyone. And actually, it's the mainstream
I was
that
just
is
about to
coming
say,
to interview
The mainstream is
everyone.
gonna be like the Grammys and the Mobos. and-
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Come on.
We need to
Thank
get you
you.
on our pod. That's what we
Yes,
need.
I would love to as well.
100%.
I would absolutely love
So
to.
watch out.
Well, yeah.
Watch out.
Please let them know where they can follow you, support you, love you.
So Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, you can follow us with Meet The Thorpes. Thorpes is in Thorpe Park with an S at the end. What else have we got? Our podcast, What The Thorpe. That's on Spotify.
Are you okay?
True Talk with the Thorpes. What The Thorpe was our first game
That was
show.
our game
Oh,
show.
okay, fair
That
enough.
was,
fair
forget
enough.
What The Thorpe, don't go there.
True
But True
Talk
Talk.
with the Thorpes.
what he said.
YouTube and Spotify.
Yes.
Yeah, and all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I believe.
And then Tara Thorpe,
Our individuals.
Adrian Thorpe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Amazing.
And YouTube and everybody.
Everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the mainstream.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Nah,
Give
man,
me
this
my
is feeling
award,
like an
man.
Oscar.
Jeez.
Big up Recreate HQ for making it as well.
10 out of 10. Oh yeah, I love this. Thank you so much.
Yay, thank you guys.